The only bad stuff that happens will be to white men who try to defend themselves, who try to live outside the purview of the state. If you're brown and you're in prison, let's be honest, it's probably after your 20th offense. You should probably, I would recommend that everybody just trust their intuition. The history of mankind is a fight. Informed consent. Definition, a metaphysical spin on the legal term, suggesting that by exposing people to the truth, even in subtle form, karmic balance is maintained because those affected were quote-unquote told in advance. Revelation of the method. This sounds like a multi-level marketing scheme. A term used in conspiracy and occult circles to describe the process by which elites or entities reveal their actions or plans, often subtly or symbolically, in order to avoid karmic consequences. Epstein was breeding. He had a slave breeding center to the eugenics program on the Mexican Zorro farm. His fantasy was to breed 20 women at a time, create a new race of mini Epsteins, which is gross. Cult disclosure / esoteric disclosure. Definition, the act of embedding truths in hidden or symbolic ways as a means to fulfill a metaphysical obligation of disclosure. The people in power don't lie, not really. They state their intentions clearly, consistently, and in plain sight. The belief is that when the truth is shown, even as mockery or wrapped in irony, the public has agreed. Complicity is achieved not through deception, but exposure. The ritual is performed on stage and the crowd stays silent, and the weight of the act is transferred to the spectators. This is revelation of the method. It's not a warning, it's a test. The truth is displayed, then the reaction is measured. Spirit cooking wasn't an underground cult rite, it was a media event. Pig's blood, semen, and breast milk smeared on white walls while celebrities posed beside mock corpses. It was art, they said, avant-garde, harmless, if not misunderstood. If you see some devil shit, my recommendation is to turn away immediately. Don't even entertain thinking about it. You should probably, I would recommend that everybody just trust their intuition. You know what intuition is?
Oh, yeah.
It's the feeling, it's an indescribable feeling that it's so deep, and it's the reason why it's so hard to access in concrete terms, the reason why it's so hard to sort of penetrate and see what the inner workings are, is because it's like fundamentally critical to your survival. And if you were to start questioning it or dismantling it or examining it, it wouldn't work anymore. So if you get a funny feeling, you should probably trust it. Those concerts, those Skip Tooey, what's that guy's name? Fucking Skippy. He's got the big banana lips and the hair. It looks like a cartoon dog. Travis Scott. If you go to one of them Travis Scott concerts, that type of stuff, if you ever feel something like that, start running away. That's my advice to you fine folks at home. Or kill it. Tony Podesta's home, featured in design magazines, displayed statues of dismembered torsos and paintings of bound, screaming children. Same imagery appears in FBI case files on ritual abuse, yet here it was rebranded as taste. The rituals are not whispered, they are televised. The symbols are not coded, they are branded, printed, and sold. And as the public reposts, ridicules, or forgets the ritual is completed, the handshake is made, the contract is signed, there was no trick, no manipulation, the truth was offered freely, and so by their rules, the guilt is not theirs. Who wrote this? The devil? That's what makes it powerful. They don't operate in the shadows, they operate in a theater of shadows, counting on you to laugh, scroll, forget. And when you do, that's your signature, that's your consent. The altar is public. The knives are ceremonial, but the blood is real. That sounds scary. No matter what the result of the speculation is, the end result is the same, and that's that you, white man, are under attack, and that's that. I don't think I would call our criminal justice system vaunted. In fact, I would recommend you, the viewer, not Ryan Rivera. Actually, just Ryan, just pull it up, save our viewers search time here. What does anarcho-tyranny mean? Let's ask ChatGPT. Anarcho-tyranny means that if you're a law-abiding white man and you do something not quite so law-abiding but not anti-society, like collecting rainwater or driving a little bit over the speed limit or defending yourself, you get in trouble. In fact, you go to jail. In fact, your life gets sucked down the drain of a legal nightmare if you practice self-defense if you have a garden in a T107 non-gardening zone, whatever it is, there are 400,000 laws that are there to be selectively enforced and not in your favor. Meanwhile, if you are Hispanic, what does that word even mean? If you are a Central American or South American Indian descendant, I don't know what that has to do with Spain, but if you're a Central or South American Indian roaming around playing bachata music and tagging everything, and you've got your pit bull off the leash, it kind of doesn't matter what you do. You can just be out on the street, just throwing stuff around, just having a party. You got pit bulls everywhere. You got fucking doing a tire fire in your backyard multiple times a year. Nothing bad is ever going to happen to you. The only bad stuff that happens will be to white men who try to defend themselves, who try to live outside the purview of the state. Heaven forbid you ever try to go off-grid. You'll soon be in a coffin. Anarcho-tyranny means that if you're law-abiding, the system is set up to keep you afraid and in a state of perpetual panic and enemy, so many rules that you lose sight of which rules to follow. Meanwhile, the tyranny is enforced by the unwashed masses, the tyranny of the protesters and the people that throw bricks and loot and set fires and do all this stuff and never get punished. Oh, he ain't never had nothing, y'all. Let him free, y'all. Meanwhile, you got one too many red light tickets, driving your Ram 2500 around, double clutching the Ram 2500, just to be for fun. Next thing you know, you're getting your head beat with a stick by Johnny Law. So yeah, I would push back against that term vaunted criminal justice system. I would point out that things are sort of functioning just the way they are intended to function right now. The only glitch in the system is that the story is sticking. If you're brown and you're in prison, let's be honest, it's probably after your 20th offense. You eat all that red 40 as a kid. Also, that's got to do something to you. You know, the Red Barrel monkeys and the Sour Patch Kids.
Delicious.
It is good, but they're eating it like it's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because you'll see a guy arrested, and he's like, arrested for 26 times for, wow, why are they letting him out 25 times?
Yeah, that's anarcho-tyranny. That's what that is. No matter what the result of the speculation is, the end result is the same, and that's that you, white man, are under attack, and that's that. The history of mankind is a history of struggle. It's only ever been struggle. It's the same as if you're trying to, the human body, if you're trying to gain muscle mass, you're always perpetually growing or shrinking or flourishing or dying. There's no such thing as homeostasis in nature or in any of the systems that sort of emerge from nature. There's no such thing as homeostasis. And I think compared to the battles our ancestors face, we have a pretty cushy gig here. I don't think we need to lament our position. We should keep in mind that it's just the history of mankind is a fight. It's a fight for resources, for influence, for culture, law and order versus chaos. And now's your time to sort of play your role in history. And I think we should have an optimistic attitude and try to always do our best and pray, probably pray specifically that God keeps you on the right path. I think that that's a good one. Is there a better one?
It's a pretty good one.
I would pray that I stay on the rails. I think that's a good one to go with. I think that we're going to win.